everybody, let's play with junk in my random item glue book. I have my junk ready today. I have been collecting product packaging for over a year to do a trashy junk journal. And I got to give a big shout out to YouTube because it gave me the suggestion to glue book some um, kitchen items that you would normally throw away. Well, duh, here it is. Because, like I say, I have been collecting this stuff for over a year, and I initially, like I said, wanted to make a trashy junk journal. That will that will happen, but I didn't know I was going to have so much fun going through these my product packaging from our food. One thing that this is good for is it's personal, because in the years to come, you'll look back and say, oh, this is why no, let me stop. I was going to say something else, and we'll cut that out. This is what we ate, and there's stories behind it. Well, we had this for Christmas, or this was that particularly the crispy windmill is something my mother always, and for a while I was buying her that, and I bought them and just to test them out, and I enjoyed them. Not enough to keep going and eating them all the time, but I did enjoy them. So like that, there'll be stories behind. I remember my son buying the Mountain Dew, because I don't know if they had that out now, the Voltage Raspberry Mountain Dew, and me with the Crunching Berries. At one time I used to love snacking on that, not eating it as a cereal, but as a snack, and I don't think I like it anymore like that. But the packaging is off the chain. I really like the packaging, but I don't think I like eating it as a snack anymore. It doesn't taste the same. Either my taste buds are changing, or the food isn't tasting the same. It's something a little off. It tastes more chemical now than flavorful, or so I don't bother with it anymore. But the packaging is fun. So yeah, so there's stories behind these food items that we have, and so to memorialize them in our glue books will be fun, especially after they change. A lot of times packaging changes. They change, or they make special packaging. Oh, it's commemorated in your glue book, and that makes it all fun. And it was really so fun to do this. I was going to do it more like a en masse glue booking session, but then it changed into something else. They said, no, Rod, I don't want to do that. Your muse will come up and tap you on the shoulder and say, wait a minute, this is where I want to do, and we're going to do that. So that's where I had to go and follow my muse. And it was really a fun time. Now, I will admit, if your hands are hurting, this isn't the one you want to start with. Luckily, everything was working in tandem, and I had, my hands weren't hurting, because it was a little tough to get through some of these packaging by myself. So you do think you're going to do it, get somebody else to cut out your items for you. Don't let that stop you. Try to get somebody else. Grab your grandkids, say, look at here. I done made that cake over there, or I'm making some pancakes. Or, as I told myself, look, you're breathing my air. So, yeah, get them to cut out and cut it out. But I had a good time doing this. It is colorful. It was cheerful. It was fun going down memory lane. And it's a way to repurpose your items if you don't have ephemera pieces and all the things that I had. Look into your recycle bin. Your recycle bin has a lot of items. I have videos where I show you where I've collected the tissue paper boxes, not the tissue paper box, but the tissue box tissue boxes from all year round. They have really fun images on there for your tissue boxes, your tea bag, your if you're going to donate DVDs, get the covers off of them. If you're going to donate books, get the covers off of them. If you're going to, you bought all this stuff. So if you bought it, you might as well use it. I said that about 2 years ago when I came back after my hiatus. You might as well use it. Use up and look at product packaging in a new way. Go look in your recycle bin right now. You might find some really good things that you could use and repurpose and recycle and upcycle into something very usable. Not only your glue books, your junk journals, or anything else you want to make. So here we are, and it took me a minute to cut this stuff up. And this crunch, Raisin Bran Crunch, I was always a fan of Raisin Bran. To my grandfather, he had this one time, and I said, oh, he said, this stuff is good. And he was right. Ever since I had Raisin Bran Crunch, I can't go back to Raisin Bran, which is unfortunate because, you know, there's a lot of sugar in this one. But this is the only way I could eat my Raisin Bran. Now, this is one of my favorite cereals right here. And somebody... person said, if you didn't eat Raisin Bran, you old. Well, guess what? I guess I'm old. And that was a couple of years back when I was still a young woman. I said, I guess I'm old because I love me some Raisin Bran. Some Raisin Bran Crunch, rather. So, like I said, it took me a minute to break down all this. See, because I'm fighting with some of this. Like I said, get your family to help you out, your friends. Tell your best girlfriend, look at here, or your best boyfriend, look at here, you know. And you don't, this doesn't have to be perfect. See, to me, I like the irregularities in the packaging and the cutouts and things like that. To me, it adds interest. I didn't know Captain Crunch has been around for 60 years. Good grief. It's unfortunate about the Crunch and berries don't taste the same. And this well rested, I like it. From Trader Joe's, but it tastes just like the Celestial Tea Sleepy Time. But see, you use the product packaging from that. Get all kinds of things from it. See, you got the moon and the clouds, and that's how I'm going to use it. Well rested, there's a sentiment. I don't know if I use the well rested throughout. I don't know. I'm just cutting it up, see what I can see. And it's also the colors on the boxes and things like that you can use for backgrounds. You don't have pattern paper. I'm going to town on this box. And of course the family size you could make into a sentiment. Start to see your packaging, like I said, you'll start to see your packaging in a whole new light once it's all broken down. You don't have to use it in the way that this box, you know, the Kellogg Corporation. Kellogg still makes this, right? It is Kellogg. Well, anyway, whoever makes this, the Kellogg, I'm going to say the Kellogg Corporation. If it's not, you can let me know down below. Has intended this for this. You break it apart and figure it out how you want to lay it out. Oh, I just love the bright colors. It made all this fighting this cardboard well worth it. Now, don't get out of balance collecting all this foolishness. I mean, because it becomes foolishness. Look, your family be like, I don't want to see all this foolishness all around the house. Once you have a nice little bag, I'm going to show you later where I store it in. Once you have stopped, you have, because it goes quite far. Unless, like I said, you're gonna make a junk journal out of it. Yeah, but don't get out of balance because it does become kind of fun. Once you get started collecting, it gets kind of fun. Now, I try to collect things that food doesn't touch. Like, I do have, and I think I'll use later, only because for right now, I can't stop eating, what's that stuff called? Not only a bit of honey, and you'll see that later on in the video, but I can't stop eating the Crunching Munch. Oh, and food, that food does touch the outer packaging, and I used it, but I scolded myself the whole time. I tried to clean it out really well, but I tried really hard not to use boxes that food. You know, I'm not a big, let me go ahead and use the cereal boxes for stuff, and here I am here, but the food doesn't directly touch it. It's in the bag, but still. I made an exception. Because you know what, anything chomping away, these bugs, you chomping away at your glue book later on. And for here, you do need your tacky, your A-Links tacky glue works really well. No need to go out there and buy anything expensive. A-Links is still, you know, top drawer to me. And look how it just came right out. But it's the one that stands on its head anyway. You can find that, you have yourself something. And I'm use the back of these scissors to mush it down into the book. Use what you have, friends. Use what you have. There it is, the bit of honey. Oh, I had my son ripping and running around to find me some bit of honey. And then I had to say, okay, I got to stop eating all this. I will be financing my dentist summer trip to wherever she's going. Probably to Hawaii or somewhere I wish I could go. But, so I had to give it a break. But I love the bit of honey. And then this little young lady, she was really very helpful in the Dollar Tree because there it wasn't that many bags. Look, I said bags. A bit of honey left. She said, "Oh, the Mary Jane's tastes just as good." Now I remember that back in the day, eating the Mary Jane's when I was a little kid. I said, "What do you know about some Mary Jane's?" And that's good. These younger people are still, you know, can enjoy the same candy that we had. But guess what? It didn't taste the same. It didn't taste as good as I remember. Oh well, so I was like, on the Mary Jane's, but that packaging is fire. I really like that Mary Jane's packaging, so of course I want to memorialize it in my book. I briefly showed it. It'll return later on. And of course I love that honey, a bit of honey packaging. Oh, I'm glad I'm staying in frames. Like I said, it took me well over a year to collect all this stuff. I have a couple little tiny bags of a lot of it was time for me to start using it because after a while it was getting on my nerves. I was getting ready to throw a lot of this away. I was like, okay, I'm not using it. It's getting ready to go to the trash can. Like I said, YouTube gave us, you know, they give some good suggestions on what to put out there. And I said, well, I do have all this junk. Let me use it. Because you don't want to get out of balance. Once the bag becomes too full, that's it, stop. Or use it. Here it is. Some fun Friday pack. That's what made me get it. In addition to her recommendation, and I haven't had it since I was a kid. But I like it. Look at her. I was like, that's some cute little. Oh, and I covered up the Mary Jane part. Oh, that's all right. I got other bags. Maybe I didn't. Let's see. Now this I probably could have laid down with just a glue stick, but I think I used the A-Lings throughout the whole. Yeah, I think you up. Yeah, I covered it up. Them scissors are good for just cutting. Yeah, I will pull up something and lay it back down in a minute. Then the Pillsbury Doughboy. Already this page is starting to look festive to me. And fun. Feeling kind of down in the mouth when you like colorful things and cheerful items like I do. This may perk you up a little bit. I know it perked me up. You know, it makes it fun too. I think I think it started the second, and I actually heard the camera go off this time or make that noise. Usually I don't hear it. I'm burnishing everything down with the back of the scissors. You don't need like I said, to start off, you don't need a lot of supplies to glue book. You don't need to rush out there and buy all this stuff. You have it probably all in your house. Because all along since almost day one, I've always said I have my scissors and my glue, and I have my sentiments and cutouts. That's all you need. And your whatever you want to glue your images down on. And of course my bit of bag. Oh. Mr. B has showed up in quite a few of my pages. And he probably will be got started in quite a few of another one. I thought that was cute. I was glad they changed the product package. Although I do wish I'd have had the package from the old one. See, that's what I mean by this is a good showing or a picture journal of how things have changed over the years too, and that's fun because that wasn't just a new item they were dropping as that seasonal item. They changed the packaging totally, and I would have loved to have moralized because I enjoyed the cake. Oh, I think I do. I have a video from years back where I think I went to Dollar Tree searching for those darn bitty honey, so I still have it, but I don't have the. Oh, I know how I could get a picture of it. I could figure out how to get a picture of it. Yeah. To have the old picture too, just to put it down and memorialize it in my book. Oh, Mr. B. Yeah, he looks cute in the book, but I wouldn't want to see him outside. Ah. And another good thing about using the product pack, like the cardboard and all that kind of stuff, it becomes a good. You saw me kind of touching the paper and things like that. It becomes a good textural item to a sensory item to touch your glue book and to touch the different textures and things like that. Because here we have the product. This is more silky than you have, and I think a little further up the back, the part of the box that had the rough edges of the corrugated cardboard and things of that nature. So it's about 3 or 4 textures on this page. Makes it fun because if you watch, you're always touching the book, and I don't know why I always had to pet the book, but there is a lot of textural items on this, so it makes it a fun sensory experience. Once again, friends, take time out to look through your recycle bin or re re reimagine some of the items that you're thinking about throwing away and putting in your recycle bin that you could use for ephemera in your glue book or your in your glue book junk journal um project. So I'd like to thank you for watching, and if you've made it this far, you are truly a rock star because this is 30 minutes long. Let's see what we could put. You can always wave at me, put the wave emoji, the glue book emoji, the scissor emojis, and I don't know what else. What else can I think of to put in? I don't know. I know, no, a cereal box if you want to. And like I say, I'd like to thank you so very much for watching. And don't forget to go through your recycle bin to see what you could use to make your glue book page and your junk journal page more personable. Uh and I'm thinking about something while I'm talking. What's new? So I will talk to you in the next video. Bye.